Shalom. So now let's get into some more relationship stuff. Okay. I covered a lot in my last few videos that does play a part in relationships, but I want to piggyback on a precept that I brought out in my last video in Ezekiel chapter 36. From Ezekiel chapter 36, we're going to get an outline of how the Most High deals with us, okay? Especially as he's preparing us to accept and to receive what he has for us, specifically promises, okay? Now, many people in today's time, especially as you come into the truth, you come into this awakening, one of the things that you desire the most is marriage, right? I don't know anyone yet that I have talked to who have not desired to be married, have a family, and things of that nature. So what we're going to do, we're going to look at the scripture in Ezekiel chapter 36, and we're going to see how the Most High deals with us from a principled thought, okay? This is a principled thought. This is what I like to call having a consecrated consciousness, having an awareness to how the Most High deals with us, all right? So Ezekiel chapter 36, and I want to start at verse 24. He says, "For I will take you from among the Gentiles and will gather you together out of all the countries and will bring you into your own land." Now remember, before I said that the standard and the identity of the children of Israel is what? Holiness. That is our standard and that is our identity, okay? And anything that the Most High will do, has done, and will ever do is from that very foundation, holiness. For he said to Moses, "Tell the children of Yasharel to be holy, just as I am holy." Okay? So, being set apart. This is how the Most High deals with us. This is what the Most High works on first and foremost, is drawing us away from everything and anything that does not reflect him. Anything and everything, anything, anyone that is contrary to his will, okay? So we'll use the term Gentile in this segment as a principal thought of those things that are unclean, those things that are basically time wasters, okay? Those things that are not set apart for the purpose of the Most High. So he pulls us away from those things, right? And he brings us into our own land, or he brings us into our own place. He brings us into a place of fellowship with him first and foremost. And now look what he does while he has us in this time of being set apart. So this is like dealing with your singleness while you're single, right? Or you just came out of a relationship and now you're by yourself, single, right? He pull you away. And now watch what he does. Verse 25, "And I will pour upon you clean water." Okay? "I will pour upon you clean water, and you shall be cleansed from all your filthiness, and I will cleanse you from all your idols." Now, I don't have too much time to go into this, but Romans chapter 12, for instance, tells us that we should be what? Transformed by the renewing of our mind, right? Another scripture tells us to be renewed in the spirit of our mind. We do understand that this cleansing is dealing with that of having our mind renewed, our perspective, our understanding renewed as it pertains to relationships. Some of us, we have to have our understanding, our perspective, our expectations concerning relationships to be renewed, to be changed, right? And as we go through this transformative process, now what happens is he cleanses us from our filthiness, whatever mistakes we made in past relationships, the way that we lowered our standards, certain identities and thoughts that we took on that was so far from the nature that he had for us to actually walk in, okay? Appetites, desires, all these different things. He cleanses us up, okay? And then look what it says here. "And I will cleanse you from all your idols." All these imaginations, these high ideas that we had, like I said, expectations, the things that we looked up to as a standard of what a marriage or what any type of relationship should be like. He removes that from us, and then he gives us a fresh perspective, a clearer insight and revelation into what he deems as good and right. Okay? Verse 26, and I will give you a new heart, meaning he's going to give us new desires. Okay? And put a new spirit within you. We're going to have a different influence concerning relationships, concerning marriage, concerning all those things that pertain to life and godliness, okay? In verse 27, we'll go back to 26. And I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit within you. And I will take away the stony heart. That stony heart representing rebellion, disobedience, wanting to do things your way, right? Constantly hitting your head on the wall. He's telling you to go this way and you go that way. He tells you to go that way and you go this way, okay? He takes that stoniness out of your heart, okay? And out of your flesh, and will give you a heart of flesh, one that's moldable, okay? He'll give you a heart that's more moldable. You become more sensitive and more obedient to his will and his unctions and his promptings, okay? And then verse 27, and I will put my spirit in the midst of you. Okay, so now you're going to get his understanding, his ideas. You're going to see things clearly for what they are. You're going to see people for who they are. And you're going to be totally dependent upon him in the making of your decisions. And I will put my spirit in the midst of you, and I will cause you to walk in my commandments and keep my judgments and do them. So no longer will you be leaning upon your own understanding, but in all your ways, what? You will be trusting in him, okay? And so this is just a pattern, right? I'm just showing you a prophetic pattern of how the Most High deals with us. And man, I wish I would have known this years ago. But we understand that a lot of times through the mistakes, we got to go through trial and error sometimes. And the Most High uses those moments to teach us wisdom, to give us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We don't always have to make mistakes for that to happen. But in many cases, like in my case and so many other cases, that has been the case, okay? But read Ezekiel chapter 36, verses 24 to 27. If there's anything else that's revealed to you as you read that in relation to what I just brought out, please comment below. Let's have the discussion. But I just wanted to edify those who have this desire for marriage, or just trying to find sisterhood, brotherhood, things of this nature. Let us strip our own ideas of how things are supposed to be, and let's find out what's pleasing unto the Most High. Shalom.